Wow, I can't believe this has been as difficult to do. I could have sworn I've seen an option someplace to go ahead and record right from your screen, but I'll be darned if I can find it. So I'm doing it this way. I hope the screen glare doesn't mess things up too badly. Okay, so editing or cleaning up strips in Photoshop. Now I use a program called Photoshop Elements. It's 4.0 on the Mac. I think it's 5.0 on a PC, and there may be a newer version, but it's reasonably inexpensive. I think it's, I don't know, $70 or $80 for the program. I got mine free when I bought my Wacom tablet, so there you go. So I'm going to open up this scanned file of Gordo strips that I scanned yesterday after I received them in the mail. Just like all thrilled and couldn't wait to get some scanning done. And it takes a little while to for it to open it. It's 51 megabytes, and no matter how good your your computer is, let me make this a little bit bigger so that you can see what I'm up to here. All right, now you can see I scanned this in color. You can scan in black and white, grayscale, or you can scan in color. Just depends on how you feel about that kind of thing, or how it works, But in this case, I found, at least on the Gasoline Alley strips that I was doing, that this was working pretty good. So let me just show you what I do here. Then I image mode, and at this point I change it to grayscale. Discard color information. Okay. And for some reason, it leaves me with a much better looking strip. Sometimes I can get this in, in the scanning program, and sometimes I can't. So it's funny because each time I tackle strips, there's a little different challenge each time. So generally, I open what would you call this? The window tool, not the crop tool, but the rectangular marquee tool. That's it. Okay. So then what I do is I usually do this with the keyboard. So bear with me. I copy what's in that rectangular marquee, and then File, New, Image from Clipboard, which gives me that particular image that I cropped. Now, what the next thing I have to do is go over to the layers and flatten the image. For some reason, when you do this, it's got more than one layer. All right, next step. And I should have probably just done this on the whole page, but sometimes it's better to do on each strip. I'm going to adjust my lighting, levels, and you can see here, it's all the way over to the right-hand side of the screen. So I'm going to soften that up a little bit to get rid of some of the background noise. Okay, and this strip's pretty dark, so I really don't have to darken it up too much, but I'm just going to bring it over just a little bit to darken it. And this is a judgment call, but all right. So I've cleaned that up. Now I want to orient the strip, so I use the straighten tool. I was going to say maybe it was the orientation tool. You start at one end, you click, you drag to the other end, get yourself the same spot, and it straightens the strip for you. Next step is eraser. I like to just clean off around the strip. If you click on the eraser tool and then hit the Shift key, it will just automatically go in a straight line, up or down. So here I'm going to do it on the way down, although you're not going to really see anything. I'm going to click Shift, and it gives me a straight line down, and then click Shift, straight line over, and that's good enough. I don't need to get rid of that other piece of noise because I'm going to crop the strip a little bit, and I'm going to leave a little bit of a white border just because, I don't know, I think it looks better, and I think other people do too. It's selected it, and I just say yes, and that's it. And then File, Save as I recall, this is Gordo 1941 12/5, December 5th, in other words. I'm saving it at a TIFF. It was scanned at 300 DPI, so basically that's the file that I'm getting, a 300 DPI TIFF. And it just asked me some extra questions. Now, it's every other screen on Photoshop, one looks good, one doesn't look so good, so I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger so you can see how nice that came out. You can see all the detail in the Ben-Day or the dot patterns here, and it really looks pretty nice. I mean, again, you could always do some little adjustments. You can get your eraser tool and maybe take out some of these little spots if you're so inclined. Just got to change the size of my eraser tool, obviously, because it's way too big. But there's a spot there I don't like, and there's a spot there I don't like, and there's a spot there I don't. I mean, you can go nuts. I don't recommend it because most of it's just noise that was there in the printing process. So anyway, so that was the process as far as doing a daily strip. Daily strips are pretty easy. I mean, it's black and white, and you either can see it or you can't. If you adjust it one way, or in the levels, if you adjust it too far, you're going to lose your dot patterns, that kind of thing. So you got to be careful. But like I said, you just want to adjust it so it looks nice, to your eye. So let's get out of there. And then when I go to do the next strip, I can just drag this down and then go through the same process. The window's already there for me. I just edit, copy, and then file, new image from clipboard, and that's gonna put up a new thing for me. Without I mean, if I do the crop thing, I can crop it and then save as. But if you do that, you got to remember not to save, because if you save, you just wipe out that whole big scan that you had, and you don't want to do that. So the new from thing that I was doing is good. I've already adjusted the mode on this, which is going to take the file size down considerably from 51 megabytes. Maybe cut that in half or better. So that's what I'm going to do.